You can change anything. That's the message that was on my site, anyadvicefortoday.com. It's on there today because I do know that you can change anything. And we're at a period and a time now where we want to change everything. And the change that you want to make is becoming your authentic self, because that's why you were born. When you become your authentic self, that's when everything comes into your life that you've ever wanted. Now, that sounds like it's something that I've made up, but I know that it's absolutely true because it's the life that I've lived. But I would like to first invite you to a Wilhelm channeling session, which is going to happen on the full moon this coming Saturday. And you will understand so much more about what's been happening in our world and in your life, because that is the information that Wilhelm has given me. Your life can become quite surprising to you because you don't know what it's going to turn out to be. And we also do not understand or know what's going to happen in our world. But guess what? We're all doing it. We're creating all of it. You're creating your life, and we are creating our world. That's what we come to understand at a certain time in our lives. I just didn't know I was going to be a person who would bring that information to our world now, especially during this time of transition. That's why it looks a little chaotic. But you will find that if you move into owning yourself, everything changes. And Wilhelm has given me all that information, and that's what's changed my life. And that's why I can sit here now at 74 years old and tell you, you can change anything and you can have the life that you're meant to have. And I do know that. And then I discovered something else. I didn't know why I knew that, because I can look at you and know that you have something wonderful that you're supposed to do in this world. Now, I was intuitive. We all are intuitive and empath or all of that, but I ran from that. I wasn't going to believe that, except when we come to understand that the only thing we have to navigate our lives is consciousness, and consciousness is changed over time, and different people develop it. And I was a person who led a life that could help me develop it. And then you know if it works, if it gives you a result where people can live a better life, and that's what's happened. Because see, I healed everything, all the physical things, all the difficulties, all the challenges, those were healed, but it wasn't me. It was Wilhelm, because I connected to a universal consciousness, and this is why it works for every single person. When society goes through a change, we can create new philosophies, and that's what happened for me. And that philosophy guides you to becoming who you're meant to be. And it's so, I ran from this, and I'm just going to tell you because I'm going to leave you a couple of documents. I want you to read them because I do know that you could live this really great life, and all you have to do is get out of your way and start believing in who you are. And it's a process that you move through in your consciousness, and you just do it when you become aligned with your authentic self, because you were born at a particular time that tells you this is who you were meant to be and what experiences you might have and how they would cause you to have a really great life. And all of that doesn't seem to make any sense, except when you've lived it and you know it to be true, you've got to tell others, and that's what I'm doing. And so I hope that you come to the channeling session, because I'll leave documents in this video in the description, because I'd like for you to look at them and see just several different things that Wilhelm has given me, and I didn't believe it. So you have not believed yourself either about something. We all do it. Doesn't matter who you are, what you've achieved, because there's always more, because it's in our consciousness. Let me show you this one document because it's kind of funny. I discovered that I had developed some skill that no one else had ever done, and it just was kind of surprising to me. All the information that Wilhelm was given me was aligned with energetic changes that were happening in our world, which is obviously why I was moving through this physical healing and every other thing, because I'm being aligned with the energies of our world. Everything in the world is energy. You were born at a particular time, so your energy is there as well. But this one document will show you, just if we can understand things. And over time, people figure out how we understand consciousness, and this is what Wilhelm gave me. But I'm going to show you a couple things here that will give you a little more understanding, and especially hope right now in our world, because we're changing it. But it's changing for the better if you become your authentic self. Wilhelm's divine alignment. Um, you can develop skills in your life and talents and abilities that you never knew you had. And so that's why I'm talking about this now, because I don't want any of us to limit what we might achieve, because I never could have told you or believed that I would have done this. But I started to get the sense that Wilhelm was giving me information that helps us understand the changes that are going on in our lives and in the world, because it's energy that affects everything. And I'm just tapped into it and had no clue that was occurring. But this document will give you a little bit of it. So I wrote, this is the Wilhelm messages are all on this site, anyadvicefortoday.com. But I went to my AI, artificial intelligence. I said, what were the big astrological things that happened in 2024? And they said, these are the ones: the total solar eclipse in Aries, and then a powerful research. And then Wilhelm's message was right on time. And said everything that was going on, and I had no clue that was occurring. And the same for each one. You can read through all of these and see that it was just consistent, and nothing that I ever would have told you I could have done or would have done. But it also shows why there, this work in changes people. I couldn't understand that either when people were doing the program and they were coming out transformed in such a short period of time. It's because I've downloaded transformational self development, actualization. That's what it is, because that's all that you're doing is working with your consciousness. But we're living at a time now where we needed a different way to look at ourselves and our world. And that's what this work is. But please come to the channeling session. And you can also check the ones that I just put on my YouTube channel from 3 years ago. And that will give you a lot of information about what is happening right now in your life and in our world. But the channeling session on Saturday will change your life. Hope to see you there. Thanks.